Minnesota Vikings versus Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. They're led out by their 3rd-year quarterback from Missouri, Drew Lock.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Lock. On the move to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 12 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list. Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Oh, here Lockett with a chance to run it. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll run with Hunt. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 16 carries, 76 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Cousins gives way to Cook. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. He almost outkicked the coverage. A 57-yard punt, 15 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong.
For a game, and that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee, and believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, The first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to...
And now, before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Here we go. The first carry for the former Viking Peterson. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 41.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
That's some good, hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now we'll run with Dallas.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, right back to Hunt.
Holding offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Locke. Hard throw, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 31, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner, multiple times in All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing your anger, hey, that's the type of business that you can open up
a chance for one more quick play and another timeout if they hurry. Let's see. Again, Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawks touchdown. D.K. Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead just before halftime.
That's a really exciting team. They had a half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend the lead, and you always say it. That totally changed the complexion of temperature, too.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's take the side of that. We can't care what they're going to do on the kickoff because you don't give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. It's Weber picked up down around the 27. So we've got about halftime. The Seahawks, they're out in front. That's Orlando, which can be a shot from easy halftime for Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on the first official weekend of fall. Let's get to it. We begin with a win out in Southern California. Tampa Bay taking on the LA Rams. And it's the Buccaneers who are out front with that game closing in on halftime. A touchdown run here for Leonard Fournette. From there, let's head to the foot of the Rockies. Denver, Colorado. Check in on Broncos. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Melvin Gordon over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars. TIAA Bank Field. And they were a loser in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. James Conner, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. In the game watching, it's been Drew Lock with the strong staff. His guys have the lead as well. Hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you again, Orlando, as we welcome everybody back in for quarter number 3. The Seahawks lead the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. It's a field inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the Seahawks ready to take on the offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this as well as they come up on 1st and 10. The third quarter starts with by Peterson. And he's going to be taken down with Will Parker on the field. Let's see the call. So he's gain all for nothing.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. When people celebrated, the guys didn't give up that play.
Here's Locke. Going from Metcalf to the deep ball. Watch the speed. A jump ball. This is caught. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
Sometimes that's time to take the big shots downfield when you think a defense least expects it. And I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of the game.
The big play has them all the way here in midfield for 1st and 10. And out comes to Peterson. Oh, that's down the run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That run is when defenses like not dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping strong legs going, isn't it?
For him, no, it's never truly over. He's actually not even convinced they will blow a whistle. He's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
it in the zone.
So their first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge and just enough to keep the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Be careful on these pros. He's got to go for two here. The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play fake. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Bobby Wagner, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's play number 7.
Looked his way a number of times. Why not get it to him on 3rd down? And they do. And they're able to keep this drive moving.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground. Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings feature back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing, Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The ball comes out, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. To throw, Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Locke's throw there, taken in by Dorsett. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry here for Hunt. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Locke throwing on target to Fan. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He's got his tight end Fan. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
On 1st down, Smith. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
He hits his target, Lockett. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with Peterson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Peterson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Lock going to throw. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Off the play fake, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Osborne. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Osborne. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And he's got it. Touchdown. So focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Joseph now to add the PAT. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll actually throw it with Locke. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Clock now on first down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kareem Hunt, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.